player, because as we've seen before, if you're not on point, the slash might be a silly duck.
Yeah, or a sliding duck or whatever, but she detonates like nothing.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Fight.
And he gets the good spawn with the slash, and yeah, he's trying to get some chip damage off. And using this
backfired.
He just makes it out. Oh, he could be losing the heavy. And yeah.
Both players avoiding the items altogether at the start of the round, and Hell still hasn't gone for his heavy.
Yeah, now that he picked it up so late and did some damage before that, the value of the item gets a little bit increased. And both players have the rail, but Hell's rail is hitting, unlike Inz's rail is. Inz just finds a little bit of stack to get back up, but the delay between the items should be big enough for Hell to be able to take both, but he reads the movement of Inz perfectly and traps him at the heavy armor and kills the slash for the first time of this map.
Oh, and Inz had some problem with the crouch slide. You do the rail to bridge well. Oh, and Inz pretty much railable. Now Hell railable as well.
Yeah, good defensive play from Inz there. Using his weapon arsenal to the best effect he possibly can.
Ooh, almost gets an angle on Hell. And Hell now in a precarious position. Oh, and Inz finds the angle. What a good angle. And then Inz gets the game tied up.
Exactly, it seems like that rail was so clutch. I mean, Hell still got the heavy, but drawing the scoreboard is a huge deal.
Oh, well, good for an aggressive Ghost Law. Aggressive and defensive at the same time. I don't know if he was hoping to catch Inz off guard or what. Oh, and Inz taking his time picking up the item. Not sure he timed it all that well, and Hell with the Ghost Talk ready again.
Yeah, and this is going a little bit back and forth, adding a little bit off and on, and finding like longer skirmishes, shorter skirmishes. And in the end, the trades are rather similar, apart from those two that resulted in a kill, obviously. But seeing how well Hell was able
Hell
to
almost ate the rocket.
what a rail shot!
Trade rails.
Oh, that was the wrong weapon there for Inz. If he had a railgun, I think he could have punished Hell's drop for the heavy armor there, at least a little bit. Oh,
Yeah, but now Hell has got
both items.
both items and is looking very good on HP, at least on health. Not really on armor. On armor, it's the same as Inz is now after having picked up the rail, the one by pillars, the light armor. And Hell committing early to the heavy, and doing some decent damage with the tri-bolt. Oh, and he might be in hot water if he doesn't find some bubbles soon. He does, and Inz does not want to give up this mega.
Yeah, that was so many clutch shots from Inz there, coming down from the bridge to the heavy area, which is kind of a trap and a little bit of a bait in this map in general. You really have to win your right to drop down there. Good rail from Hell there, but he peaks after being railable from that HMG and pays with his life for it. Inz is in the lead with a 1 frag difference at the moment. 6 minutes to go, and he lands a rail off the spawn on Hell as well, which is not making any possibility of a comeback easier for the British player.
Yeah, and Inz now establishing his own control train and using his slash speed to his advantage. Going there with a rocket jump, putting Hell on his heels. And Hell is relegated to escaping pretty much. Oh, and he hits a lot of tri-bolt, and Inz with the shotgun able to finish it off. And I assume Hell is gonna try to contest for this Mega. He stays in that below area. Oh, and Inns gets himself the light. And living to find another day. And even now with the heavy, it's even tougher for Hell. But he's gonna find some way to deal damage.
Not only does Hell needs to deal some damage, which is on return, which he seems to struggle, because in this rail is...
To gain position, hopefully. Oh, but Inns finding him, but those were very good rockets. Certainly best value for what Hell had. Oh, but Inns using that travel so well.
And Hell is still lacking some weapons, he can't be too aggressive, and getting rail time and time again is definitely not making his case any easier. Hinz's stack looking great again, and he has the full arsenal, whereas Hell still needs to grab so many major weapons, especially the railgun on this map.
Yeah, the railgun being so critical, Hell could have used the railgun here to keep Inns away from challenging. Oh, and Hell giving it potentially the Mega. Oh, and gives them the frag.
What a mid-air was that? As they both traveled up into the sky, and Inns just won the fight from frightening heights there with the beautiful direct rocket. He keeps just going at it, and being a light champion, not spawning with any armor is definitely not helping Hell fighting straight off the spawn.
Oh, what a plasma trail.
Yeah, that was decent damage, but Inns slided off the platform as well. It remains to be seen if he's gonna go up. He's not gonna go up. And this rail opens things up for Hell now. He needs to be quick though, because Heavy's about to spawn, and Inns can pick it unchallenged. A rail after the fact makes Hell's case a little better, but he still needs to find a way to close the gap. Beautiful rail up the bounce pad. And Inns is sitting with 44 HP. Hell is still trying to chase, but being the slower champion, he has a very hard time in actually catching up and closing the gap.
Yeah, Inns playing quite smartly here, hoping to deal some damage on the next pickup. Not even dealing damage when he had the angle, hoping that Hell wouldn't spot him, and that's exactly what happened. Oh, very good close range rail, and Hell forced to activate the ghost walk to not get hit so much, and the shotgun finishes the job, and Hell gets himself back into this game, only 3 frags down with 2 minutes and a half to go, and it's difficult, but it's possible. Not if you keep missing rails like that. Oh, the wall jump saving his rocket jump there. The Hell trying to establish himself in the middle ground. He catches into the LG, and the 2 frags, 2 minutes, definitely possible.
Yeah,
and I don't think Inns will commit the same mistake of moving right into Hell's LG again. Inns playing slowly and carefully now. Hell will retreat to his height and completely unaware of Inns' position.
When they finally got at the rocket, good damage from Hell there, but he can't close in. The plasma trail is blocking off his pathway.
Oh, the fake rocket jump.
Yeah, but Inns is not taking it. And now Inns has a shot at getting the Mega. Okay, he's not fast enough there, but...
Completely gives the Mega away, not wanting to potentially open things up with the fight here, and Hell back at the pretty good stack as a minute to get 2 frags. If he's quick on getting the first one, he can definitely get the second one. But Inns being extremely fast, uses the plasma trail to deal a lot of damage and gets another frag, and this might be it right there.
Yeah, I think that's definitely it. Having no weapons, 45 seconds to catch a faster champion 3 times. I mean, even if you catch him, how are you going to kill him without any weapons? And now...
Yeah, if it was done before, certainly done now.
Very strong play from him, and I honestly did not see, being this map so dominant in favor of one of these players. thought it would have been much more closer, but Inns kind of started to run away with it at some point, and when Hell regained a little bit of control, it was basically too late, because Inns was still dealing so much defensive damage, and...
Yeah, and then, after getting back into control,
You lose.
In's speed just meant that he could be on the poverty items faster and, in many cases, uncontested.
Yeah, and this was actually...
Again, control very similar from both players. I think it was just Inns capitalized on his control a lot more than Hell did.
Yeah, great showing from the
Yeah,
Slash.
great showing from both players, yeah.
And well, Hell did had some opportunity to get back in it, but yeah, that trail that denied the chase. It was good that Inns just turned 180 degrees, activated the explosion of the trail, and that pretty much sealed the deal.
Yeah, that was a clutch play. And now for Molten, which is Inz's map pick, he has the crouch sliding champion again, and we've seen how well he used it in the first map. But being a Galena, you kind of have a natural ability to control the map.
Especially if he remembers the totem spots on this map.
Yeah, there are some cheeky positionings for the totems. Yeah, I hope Maestro Hell can tie this one up.
Yeah, if anything, it will allow us to see a map number 3.
I mean, if this goes the right way for the next few stages, we might be seeing a Maestro Pro League in stage 4. 3. But yeah, seeing this map, how map 1 was being played, Hell needs to find a way to use that speed of the crouch sliding Inns to his advantage, and I think that's a very hard task to do.
Yeah, again, like I said in the other time we saw Galena on multiple falls, if Hell manages to lock down that heavy side and
Round begins in.
get his totem overstack going, then he's got this.
This is going to be a problem.
True. Oh, and Hell gets the best spawn a Galena can ask for.
Oh, and he gets Inns trying to go for that light armor without checking if Hell was there, and Inns just paid dearly, and I'm not sure he's aware of the heavy being up. Certainly is now. And well, Hell had the best start he could hope for. Already one frag up, and another cheeky totem. Inns might not have noticed. And Hell happy to contend with giving Inns the mega. 20 seconds away from potentially getting his own overstack.
That was a little bit risky though. But yeah, like you said, the overstack is almost ready, and it doesn't seem like Inns is concerned with the totems at the moment. But yeah, Hell had 5 hourglasses at his disposal there, and now we see the overstack being applied for the first time.
Yeah, and he's already at 175 health. It's gonna be very tough if Inns lets the totem stay up, and he's got one of them. So 30 seconds until Hell gets the overstack again.
And he didn't even get the obvious one at the Mega Health room. So we see the second one being removed as well, maybe soon. But Hell is still in the lead. He's trying to get some time cues now on the items, and he got delivered with that just now. If he can get some unreturned damage, this is a good start.
Yeah, now he on the air, but doesn't connect to the rails.
Yeah,
Oh, now he's got no totems, but no one can save the skin.
that teleporter was a welcome aid for the hurting Galena, and the hit rail before that gave him a little bit of speed boost that he was super hard to hit for Inns.
Yeah,
But again-
and Hell being 0 for 6 here on his rails. 1 for 7 now. If he can't hit them, not gonna have too much of a chance.
But Hell, I think Hell is playing his cards right. I mean, he got the lead pretty early. He's keeping up a healthy amount of totems most of the time. Deals some damage and allowed himself to pick up the heavy armor. Not really uncontested, but he looks to be the one with the better stack after that encounter there. And this should allow him to get the other one as well. Good swing of control here, just by playing patient and using the right situations to his advantage. Inns is not having much to work with, and this totem up there is going to be a nuisance for Inns. Because it denies him the high ground, basically for, yeah, the next rotation up until he gets control.
Unless Inns is willing to get hit with those 40 damage. Oh, the very good rail from Inns, and he even picks up the Destroying Cell, and it's looking quite nice. Will he spot that totem? No, he will not.
Hell mistimed the heavy by a huge margin, and that gave Inns the better, well, not better stack, but a huge stack to fight at this position. Now Aaron should have a lightning gun. Perfectly timed peek there, and removes all the stack from the Strog.
Now Inns on the back foot, he might even die here if he's not careful. A crouch slide allowing him to get out of the way on a dime here. He even picks up the Mega, but that's not enough as Hell with a lot of stack and in a better position for that fight. Oh, but Inns with a shotgun!
What a trap from the Russian player.
An incredible trap from the Russian, and then now the game is a little bit more balanced, even though Hell is in the lead. And Inns has the most stack, but Inns finding Hell again. Ooh, those two life bubbles gonna get clutch.
Yeah, I mean, Hell is doing all the things right when he's out of control. He's hitting the damage and he's not getting hit. Despite his railgun not being anywhere near as effective as Inns is so far. But he just starts to be effective with it now, hitting, I think, yeah, like a lot of shots in a row now. Makes it possible for him to be in that room and fight for the next spawning Mega Health. Great direct rocket followed up by another one and finishes off the squad. 2 frag lead. Rather clean pickup of the heavy Mega Health as well. And he has the totem overstack at disposal as well.
Yeah, it's just a point of setting it up, and there it is. And this is the fattest Galena I've ever seen. The Hell has got everything going for him. Even goes for the shotgun and gets that frag. Tried to go for the light armor, but realized that he's overstacked, so no way he can do that.
No, this is still quick life after all.
Realizes that
25 armor or 50 armor.
oh, the totem behind the portal might be the best totem of all time. And there it is, him passing through it, and a huge amount of stack. And he still has the totem at his disposal. Oh, gets the gauntlet frag.
Yeah, the Razy special right there. And the totem overstack is ready again. They will meet at the Mega Health, I think. But Inns is not peeking it yet because he has no timing. Good play from Hell though. Pushing aggressively into the face of the Russian player, who just picked up the light armor but still dies without doing any kind of significant damage to the British player. Hell is looking as strong as it can be. One totem removed, but the third one is up ready. And he mistimes the heavy again. Inns didn't pick it up though, he slided away too early, picks it up in the end. But it's not enough.
It's just not enough.
Be healed in the power of the ancient.
Who else got that portal trapped up?
And he just keeps on piling the bodies of the dead Inns more and more and more. Stacking up all the dead bodies. And Inns could die here, just one more rail. And he's not getting out, he's looking to fight even more. What is he doing?
Yeah, going for the double and triple peaks. And I don't know, Inns is doing a terrible job of spotting those totems. They have been up all match long.
Some nice damage.
Together with the terrible peaker usages.
May the power fill you.
Yeah, Ince has enough of it. Enough of
Inz
it.
has enough of this one.
Yes. What a dominant performance and kind of comeback, if you so will, in the series from Hell. Pretty solid.
Yeah, basically whoever wins the next map moves on.
Yeah, Ince had no presence on the map at all. Well, maybe the first 2 minutes, but yeah, Hell just it was great control, and even Ince was doing. He was being forced into making mistakes. You know, activating his PCAR mid-fight. It's yeah, I really understand that he just gave up and let's go to the next one.
Yeah, Inz not wanting to waste any time on a losing cause, and calls it right there.
But great presence from Hell. Yeah, he's feeling himself, on that last map. Great recovery after such a loss.
Yeah, and as for Ruins, we have Ince again with the more mobile champion, but Hell again, like on Molten Falls, with a more control favoring champion. It's gonna be very interesting, because after all, the Ranger is only faster every so and so many seconds, right?
Prepare to fight.
Yeah, now we're gonna see if Timmy will be enough for Hell to
3, 2.
move on, or if the Dire Lord will secure Inz the victory.
Yeah, picks up the heavy Railgun, Lightning Gun in his arsenal straight away. And Ince goes for the rocket. He's still lacking some armor. And this is a well-placed turret, because it tells Hell where he's gonna go. And yeah, he could punish that pickup of the light armor at HMG room. Oh, the...
Yeah, Hell protecting the hit-scan weapons to great effect, leaving them only now.
to pick up his item. Yeah, but the delay between the major items is huge enough that Hell can take both, and he now should be pushing in, because Ince can't justify staying on the item. Hell knows that and catches him.
Hell actually opted to go for the frag, and he's up 1-0. Oh, and Inz got again!
Yeah, he has the
Might
item,
be
but
able
no
to
weapons.
complete the item.
And he steals that one as well, and this could be... Yeah,
He
okay.
deals a lot of damage. Hell had the presence of mind to know that Inz might have spawned on the tri-bolt, and certainly did, and gets caught to the rail. Oh, that's a very good rocket.
Yeah,
If Hell gets through the turret, there's no way that Inz is chasing.
Yeah, I mean, the turret was facing in the wrong way, so it couldn't be a help for Hell there. And Ince used that to his advantage, dropping down, killing the British player, and picking up the heavy after the fact. And now Hell is on the back foot for the first time on this map, really. Ince using his Dire pretty decent so far.
Oh, the turret saving Hell's skin.
Great caps without taking any damage. Yeah, that turret was, while it was short-lived, it definitely stopped Ince from dropping down and being into Hell's face, but Hell lands 2 great railgun shots there, diminishing the overwhelming stack of Ince a little bit, but Ince answers back with another great rail himself. Hell on less than 10 HP and is trying to get somewhere on the map where Ince is not finding him, but Ince is reading it to perfection and is tying the game up. Rocket jump to secure himself the mega health, and he will go down those stairs in the heavy room as well. There's no way that Hell is going to show up at this major item.
Oh, very well played by Inz to crouch there on the ledge and not really giving Hell the chance to dish out a lot of LG.
I think that was a good encounter for Hell, honestly. Because, like, he's the one standing there with the armor, despite Inns picking up the Mega Health, tying up the stack, or going in the stack lead just with that heavy. But Inns has been not so useful with his time and control so far, because it seemed like Hell was out damaging him time after time again, and he keeps doing so. Great railgun shot, but this time Inns answers finally, and the turret is short-lived again. Inns is on the position for the item, and Hell is not showing up.
Oh, but Inns backed himself into a terrible position. Makes the best of it though, and Hell is...
Yeah, now Hell is in the terrible.
Not even gonna show up for the heavy. Could have taken it, but died 100%, so... Makes the right decision of staying out of harm's way.
I mean, he's got himself back to 100 HP, but he still has no armor to protect him. Standing on that stairs at the heavy area is definitely a spot where you can do a lot of defensive plays from. But he somehow needs to find a way back into this, because otherwise, at some point, the damage and burst potential of a ranger can be overwhelming if he gets trapped.
Oh, but it's three great rails! Again, out of control drag!
Insanity! Nice from Hell. Very
Out
good.
of nowhere, Hell turning it around. And you might even get another frag as Inns is a little bit trapped, but he fails his movement completely.
Drops down.
Falls down.
Favors
A
in.
little bit too early for Hinz to be there, and
A little bit too early, actually. They had time to fire 150 cells of LG before the Mega Health spawned.
but
And now,
very well played from Hell now.
yeah, now he seems to have found his stride again. Finding a rhythm in the map, finding the rotations, jumping around, hitting the rail shots. Sitting on 56% rail and 1.2k rail damage alone. That is more than Inns did entirely on this map. Hell's aim
Inns
solid.
is not looking good here as he scrapping for breadcrumbs. The Hell keeps on finding him, and there's nothing Inns could have done. Potentially he can get on the heavy, but he had a terrible spawn. And Hell might as well finish this one again.
Misses the at least got
Increase the position. Oh, and everything missing for Hell.
Yeah, I think going for that little bit of damage was so super greedy, because Hell got stripped off all of his armor with Inns using the lightning gun and shotgun to great effect in the first encounter near the teleporter there. But he bullies Inns out of the Mega Health room anyway. Good defensive rocket, but good aggressive rocket as well. The last word has Hell, and he puts Inns into Hell's kitchen and hammering him into the stairs right there.
Time. Stopwatch.
Oh, good thing Gordon Ramsay is not here casting the game.
Yeah, would have been.
Hell continues the barrage of rails that has been this matchup. Oh, very good fake Inns. Oh, and the Hell again. Well, I think this time it was on purpose, not staying up there. It could have been dangerous. Oh, and now the rails abandon Hell, and he's gotta be careful not to get caught here.
Inns is turning up the heat now.
Hell just railable! Hin's missing! The rail that would have given him a good shot at tying the game, and Hell keeps 3 frag lead.
Three minutes. Well, 2.5 minutes again. For 3 frags rather it is. I think that should be doable. The Ranger has so much play and movement potential with the orb.
Yeah, it is doable, but Hell is no slouch when it comes to closing out games, and we're seeing it here where he's not even gonna contest any items.
Yeah, and he is in the spot where it's always going to be a
Yeah,
gamble whether you catch your opponent or not. And hitting your shots is essential for Ins, and he's not hitting them at the moment. And Hell switched around the positions, being in the better spot for the heavy armor, and one rail will finish off the Russian player, and the Russian player got finished off without taking any damage on Hell's pickup there. But this is some significant damage now. I think it might be a little too late though, because Hell gets another item.
And even gets himself the rails again.
And he will survive another rail shot as well. Not a third one though, but he avoids.
Oh, double peeking! I don't agree with this overly aggressive play from Hell, as he could have tried to live through the portal on the other side. And,
Yeah, after that one missed shot. But he knew that Ins was...
oh, that's a very good turret. It can potentially deal out some damage.
Oh, the clutch rail misses from Ins.
And
turret.
Hell hits his own clutch rail.
Yeah, and that's just...
Oh, and In's trying to go for the chase and can't. Oh, and
think
Timmy
that's a
the
little-
turret giving Hell the information he needed. But I don't think Hell will make it through this time. And it's dragging into 4-3 game.
He spawns right at the heavy, and the damage Hell is doing is not to forget about, and it's enough to get the kill in the end. And this is it. GG's. Hell is taking the third map of the series, 6-10. What a great performance out of Hell.
Yeah, the first map didn't go his way, but